All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's another SMLTSA Monday with Leah, and I'm so excited. Thank you so much for joining us today. If you are watching on your phone or your laptop or your computer, take a screenshot and just tag us on there. You can tag about SMLTSA on Instagram and myself, Leah, on Instagram or Facebook, any one of them that you are involved in. If you're on LinkedIn. And if you're new to this channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button and that little notification bell on there so you can, be kept updated as soon as we do anything else. I'm so excited. You guys, please keep the comments coming in on the live. We do want to interact with you. We do want to have this thing it's a conversation, right? So let's get this thing going. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Leah and I'm your host as usual. We just want to talk more about the lab and medical technology and what is it that makes it so interesting. The good, the bad, and everything else in between. So before I waste any more of your time, let's just get straight into the introduction. I'm so excited about the guest we have today, guys. So we're having young blood. I know we've been having a lot of wisdom coming into the show. Today we should, let's spice it up a little bit and just get a bit of a different feel, So we had to get in the student reps, guys. Let's just hear from them. Lakin, would you like to introduce yourself? Just let us a little bit more about yourself, what you do, who you are. Let's hear it. Lakin!
Hello, everybody. Oh, it's so good to be here. Finally, the student's turn. So my name is Lakin. I'm at CPUT. I'm
Lakin,
third year this year.
Introduce yourself, huh?
And I'm at CPUT, a third year, and I'm student rep of the SMLTSA Tygerberg branch. Next up.
Okay. Hi, everyone.
So you're in third year now.
Yes. So do you want to know more about third year now, or is that for later? Should I?
Shame, I think her video is stuck. I'll just carry on with the introductions around. Hi, everyone. My name is Janelle Ruiz. I'm from the SMLTSA Port Elizabeth branch, also as a student rep. And I'm also a third-year student, and I'm currently studying at Nelson Mandela University. So I'm very excited to be here today and to speak about SMLTSA and our profession and just being a student in the profession.
That is amazing. So my question is still, so you guys are still doing the diploma?
No, we're doing the in health science.
You guys are doing the new one. All right, that's going to be an interesting one. Oh, this is exciting. We're so excited. I've actually never met anyone who's done it before, so I'm excited to find out more about what exactly it is that you guys are doing that we didn't get to do and what the changes are. And we have the president, Jeanette. Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence once more. You guys keep continuing hitting that like button and putting in your comments in there. Again, do take that screen grab and tag us on there. We just want to interact with you. And Jeanette, can you just introduce yourself? I know, there are a lot of people who know you, but we just want to make sure that everybody gets introduced. So.
Okay, thank you very much, Leah, and everyone. Thanks, Leah, for the opportunity to have me on this live stream again. I hope you guys can hear me okay. So yes, I'm the other side of the students. My student years ended in 1988, 87. So you can see from the color of my hair that I'm kind of not a student anymore. So yeah, I'm the president of SMLTSA, and this is a reasonably new role for me, but it is very exciting. I'm very excited about the SMLTSA per se and what it can bring to the profession and what
we love it
to the profession as well. So I have a quality management consulting company. So I got off the bench of medical technology about 20 years ago already. And when I went over into quality management, and that's what I've been, what my profession has been, is quality management for the last 20 years. And of course, then SMLTSA is the other side of me. So thank you very much, Leah. It's lovely to be here again.
She's stuck again. Shame. Must be a connection problem.
Are you stuck, Leah?
All right, maybe let's just try that once more. Jeanette, so you're saying this is a pretty new role for you?
Yes, it is. Well, a year already, but I'm still in the learning phase, believe it or not. I've been learning a lot about SMLTSA per se, obviously not the profession. But yeah, there's a lot of exciting new things that are happening on the SMLTSA front, which is really exciting. One of which is a completely new, young, modern website that we are developing. Then, of course, the journal website is also going to be revamped completely. The student application process is going to be automated fully. How's that?
Nice.
That sounds amazing. Gee, much needed.
Much needed. I agree.
Much needed. and that's why we've brought in the young blood today as well, because there is a lot of changes in the market. There is a whole new community of medical laboratory professionals, and they want new things. They're very aesthetic, so you have to appeal to that market. And we do have people on the line here. So Rose Naka says, hello everybody. Hi Rose. And then Karen says, hi fellow medtech and soon to be medical lab scientists. We are so excited. So we have a whole batch of scientists here. And Arisha says, hi everyone. Thank you so much, Arisha, for joining in. So you guys, when you have questions and comments, and Wendy also said, hi everybody. So we have Wendy on the line also. And Carol, hi all. It's nice to see you on there. So we really appreciate this. Absolutely amazing. So let's just get straight into it and just discuss this shortly. So Laken, what is your role as a student rep?
My role is at CPUT. I'm involved with the students from first years to fourth years, telling them more about SMLTSA and just overall making them excited like I am. They know me by now. Like there she is again, being excited about this course and all things SMLTSA related. I started the Instagram account especially for the youngsters because Instagram is instant and it's bright and everybody most students like Instagram. It's easy. And then we have selfie competitions where I promote. It's all about the students for me and getting them more involved and getting more members, and I just want everybody to be as excited as I am, basically.
Let's talk about the excitement a little bit, because I want to know what got you so excited.
For me, SMLTSA, I could see the bigger picture. As soon as I walked into biomed, I could see the bigger picture here. This is a small community of people excited about helping people, like medicine, science, all things. Yes, like we are a network of a small community. So everybody knows everybody. If you are gonna approach them and saying them you want to get more involved, they're going to create a table for you Like there's no limits to this profession. It's so nice, even with this new discipline. Like SMLTSA and biomedical sciences, like it's always evolving, and I want to be on the front line. That's why I decided to join.
That is amazing. That is, Janelle, I want to hear your take on this. You know, I want to know why a student decided to be interested in first of all the industry itself, and then to be part of the organization.
Well, I think for me, to be honest, I'd never actually heard about the industry before I applied for the course. And when you apply for the new degree, you actually have to do job shadowing before you can be finally accepted into the course. So for me, walking into the laboratory for the first time was like magical. It was like a whole world I've never heard of, I've never seen, and I just immediately got excited about it. So when I was accepted for the degree, I was immediately looking for ways to become more involved, because I didn't just want to be a student cruising through the grades, you know, not actually exposing myself to people currently in the profession. So luckily for me, something like the SMLTSA, or SMLTSA as we call it, existed. So I wanted to know, how could I get involved? And then eventually in my third year, I had the opportunity to become a student rep, and also, as Lakin said, to share my enthusiasm with the students. So the amount of positive things that have happened to me because of being in SMLTSA is like, it's amazing. I met so many people in the profession. You can walk into an interview and you might even know the person just because of SMLTSA. Like, there's just opportunities that open up, and you have the opportunity to be enthusiastic about your profession with other people, and to kind of draw the students in too, because I'm a student. So yeah, I can't really say it much better than the other student rep said it. So it's very similar.
That's amazing. I mean, for me, it's quite amazing to see the excitement that you guys are still exhibiting. I mean, it's one thing that I feel, for you to be able to succeed in the course of the industry itself, you have to be excited about it, because you do find other groups of people that are not as excited. And I just want to, you know, take it back, and we have a couple more people here. So Sipokazi just joined in and said hi, everyone. So thank you so much, Sipokazi, for joining in. Remember to take that screen grab. We will talk a little bit later. So Sabiha says, say hi, everybody. Hi there. So I will get to your question. I am seeing your question, and I will direct that to Jeanette at a later stage. So don't worry, I won't forget your question on there. The question is about regarding the fully automated website. How would we access that? So I will leave that question for the end of the talk. All right. So Janelle, you said something about shadowing before you go into the lab. Where do you do that? How do you do that? How long is that?
So basically, you have to only go in for about 1 day to any laboratory of your choice. So it could be private or it could be NHLS. And then basically you have a letter, I think, from the university, if I remember correctly. This was a while back for me. And then they give you sort of the go-ahead to say that this person's been provisionally accepted. They need to actually job shadow at a laboratory. So you go in and you see what it is that you would be doing when you actually graduate this degree. And I think it's because the people in the department want you to know, do I want to do this course before you get into it? Because you don't want to get into a course, any degree really, and notice like halfway through the first year, oh, this isn't for me. So I think it's a great way for people to become exposed to the profession, and then also to solidify whether they really want to enter the profession or not, so that passionate people walk through the doors.
Absolutely amazing. I love that. We have more people on
And
the line. I love the interaction on here. So I hope I say this name right. Judel, you have such a difficult name. So she says hello on there. And we have Rose saying, well done, Lakin and Janelle. Being part of the SMLTSA students have been very slack in the past. So it's exciting to see and hear your enthusiasm. I must say, so Carol says, why is it only 1 day now? It used to be 3. Okay, so we would need to. Jeanette, how many days is it now?
How many days are what now? The shadowing?
Yeah, the shadowing.
I think we frozen. Yes, perfect. I'm getting good at the names here. I'm getting really good. Carol says, is this still being done at all UOT? The shadowing. So is it a 1 day or a 3 day? And the question is.
So, Lakin, can you maybe answer that from Tigerberg, from CPUT side? Is it something that you guys do as well? I mean, the shadowing definitely makes sense that it is important before you sign up for this profession.
Yes, for us it's 1 day. And if I can just say, Miss Carol, 1 day is more than enough. I fell in love that day, and it's enough.
Yeah, I also think 1 day you will either love
the environment. What was it that made it for you?
Everybody. And the whole day was just amazing. Everybody's so nice in the labs. Wow, like, yeah, this is the best family to be in. So and then I could see what do I like to do. Like, I don't even know how to operate anything, but I immediately with microbiology, it just clicked. I'm like, yes, this is me in 4 years. This is going to be me.
Amazing. So you already have a favorite. Janelle, do you have a favorite?
I do. I've already chosen my 4th year thing. So I'm going to be doing clinical pathology, basically. So I've basically fallen in love with those disciplines. So I'm very, very keen for my training next year in 4th year.
Amazing. Amazing. And Wendy says, yeah, it depends on how long the employers can accommodate the students, 1 to 3 days. And the other question was, is it at all the UOTs? Is this now something that is a prerequisite for the new degree? Jeanette?
I actually don't know. Wendy, if you're online, you can maybe answer that question. While I'm talking, I really love the enthusiasm from both Lakin and Janelle. It's lovely to hear it from the youngsters. I can totally say after 30 odd years now that I'm still in love with medical technology. But you have to build your own career. You cannot wait for everybody else to build it for you. You have to go and grab the stars and make it your own and really just carve your own path. Otherwise, medical technology can be very, very laborious, very boring. If you stay on the bench, you can remain on the bench forever unless you actually go out there and go find the stars yourself. And not that I'm saying there's anything wrong with being on the bench. It's just the career pathing options can be limited, but you have to go out there and find your own stars. That is really what I can say after so many years being a medtech. And I also just want to say, Leah, while I'm only president for about a year now, I've been a SMLTSA member for many, many, many years. Yes.
This connection is killing us today. But Wendy says here most UOTs only started their degrees this year. So I know NMU and CPUT does the job shadow, but not 100% sure about the others. So we will have to confirm that with all the
Leah has disappeared.
Because a lot of people definitely either bumped into the course because the name sounded amazing, because it was, biomedical technology. It sounds so fancy. And half of the people did not know exactly what it is that they had put themselves into until you would actually go and do the lab tour that was organized by the institution itself. So I think it's a great thing that you get to see it before you actually go in permanently, so that you can have that whole experience. And I'm not sure if this can be done in any other way, but back in the day in my high school, grade 11, we had a fortnight where you would have to shadow and spend that 2 weeks I don't know how many other high schools are doing that, but it was quite an amazing experience, because I thought I wanted to be a doctor. I got there, I was like, yo, is this what doctors do? I got bored, and I got interested in the small little window where I was wearing and doing everything that the doctors were doing, but I was not allowed into that small little. I'm like, what is this place? So that got my attention. I'm like, if I'm a doctor, I can be in the room when they deliver the babies. I can do, and all I saw that day was a couple of tubes with different colors, and we were not allowed in. I'm like, even doctors are not allowed. What is this place? So I was like so excited to be able to know exactly what was happening behind the scenes, and I got sold on that day. And I think the other thing that helped me was that in my first year, I was fortunate enough to get a bursary from one of the labs, and they randomly had a thing that the CEO at that time was picking out the top 2 students. And what that did for me was we got an opportunity to go into the lab, have lunch with them, and I got to walk around, meet the pathologists, meet the people in the lab. And so I think from that made a difference for me, because I got to see the lab in another different space where it was a very welcoming environment. And I think if some of the labs can adopt that and they can keep doing that, it just builds that fire in you, knowing that, this is the environment that I'm in. And it was nice because it wasn't a bursary I had to apply for. All I had to do was become first or second in the class, and I had no idea. So it was a lovely surprise for the labs to do that. So I really do hope and wish that a lot more companies can do that, because it really changed the perspective for me. Let me just get through to our people here. So Sabiha says, yeah, I was fortunate enough to be able to shadow for 3 days. So she had like the full 3 days. So that was amazing. But on the first day, the commentary and the around enthusiasm to save lives one specimen at a time allows you to fall in love in that first day. Absolutely. I think, it looks like you guys had an amazing representation of the lab. And there's a quick question here. Arisha is asking, is the will part of the BHSC? How is it being done this year? I think we needed Wendy for that. So are you guys I think we definitely needed Wendy for this one. Wendy,
I think we can explain maybe what we are. Yeah, we can try.
All right, Lincoln. Let's hear. So are you guys? Is the will part of the BHSC?
Yes, 100%. Yes. For how long? It's 18 months. But yeah, this year's a bit different because of COVID. So they made it 16 months. But yes, we still go to the labs, but not the big hospitals. And we do rotate mostly in what they call practice labs. So we do get a feeling, but we're not in the corona zones,
Okay, hold up. So you go and you study for how many years for the BHSC?
2.5. It's 4 years. It's 4 years.
4 years. And where does the 18 months fit in? Where does the 18 months? I'm just trying to figure out the period between. So out of the 4 years, the last 18 is your will.
Yes.
I'm not sure how it is at CPUT, but we refer to WIL as that period of, semester 2 of your third year. So basically for those like 6 months, you're just in the laboratories rotating between all the different disciplines. Doesn't matter which one you will be focusing on in your fourth year. And then in your fourth year, once you've chosen your discipline, then you basically stick to one place. But at Nelson Mandela University this year, things have been a little bit different. Obviously, due to COVID, we couldn't do our rotations properly in the laboratory. So at first, what we did is we had like a simulation on campus. So we'd spend a week per discipline, but on campus, but still fulfilling the requirements from our WIL manuals. And then now for the last, I'd say, month and a bit, we've had the opportunity to go to NHLS and to actually rotate in those disciplines physically, and to actually see the way things really are running. So yeah, and then for next year, for your fourth year, you then basically are doing an internship for the whole year at the specified laboratory where you get a position.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about the internships. Who does the institution organize the internships for you, or do you have to find your own means?
The universities, they do it for us. So nice.
Yeah, but if you want to get a position at a private laboratory, then you do have to apply yourself and do an interview process, that sort of thing. So the university doesn't really have control over that. But if you want to train at NHLS, I think they do organize the internships for you.
Yeah. All right, that's amazing. Jeanette, I have a quick question for you. So the people who are still looking for internships, is the SMLTSA being involved in those? Because I'm asking for personal reasons, because I'm getting bombarded with emails from people looking for internships, and so I don't know if I can like pass them along to you guys, or what's the because I always send them back to the labs, but I'm not quite sure they all come to me looking for internships, and they're not really students per se. Yeah. Some of them are, some of them are not. So I just want to know, like, where should they go?
Yeah, Carol Smith can also just comment if she's on the line. But as far as I know, we don't get involved in the relationship between the work, the company, the laboratory, and the university, the student per se. So we don't get involved at that level with finding internships for students.
All right, great. I have Carol here. Carol says it's not an internship. It's clinical practice.
That's the new name now, yes.
That's the new name. So we did the internship back in the day, and you guys are doing a clinical practice. We're being schooled. And Wendy says, yeah, university is responsible to place the students for their fourth year, as they can't complete the degree without the practical work-based placement. All right, so that's good to know that you guys are safe under the umbrella of the university. So if you've just joined us again, thank you so much. Just remember to hit that subscribe button. And Carol says internship is not handled by the SMLTSA. I think that's what you've just said on the. All right, so I think it's better for them to just contact the labs directly. And Narisha says, thanks everyone, because we've just answered her question. And oh yeah, so here's Wendy with more. Let me just go back. There's a lot more comments coming through, which I think I've missed. All right, let me just go back here. So Rose says, going back to what Jeanette said about getting involved instead of only working on the bench, there are many different aspects to be involved in: quality control, overseeing and organizing the CPD. So definitely a more emphasis, especially advice for the students and those who are already in the industry and want to fast track their careers. It is quite critical for you to get involved. I think this is a topic on its own. I think this is how Lakin and I met on Instagram. We were talking more about what you can do to fast track your career in the industry, what are the options that are on there, and we had some amazing guests come on. And I think this is a topic that we need to have again. And Lorica is like, oh, you guys have got this. Lorica must be one of the students, I assume. So Wendy says here, will is 6 months, followed by a 12-month training period in the discipline of your choice. There is a total of 18 months work-based learning. So that's what you would need then to complete your degree. And Wendy says here again, CPUT made use of a clinical skills training laboratory as well as online tutorials. So I know NMU also has a virtual lab set up. So it's quite amazing that we are moving with the times. We're not just stuck, and you guys are not like not getting your education because of COVID, but you actually have alternatives. And these are some of the things we really need to be involved in. And Wendy says, so the 4 years in the 12-month training was allowed to return to the labs at some point. Everyone must complete the required time before HPCSA registration is possible. So that's great to know. And Carol says, yeah, that includes the will and the clinical practice. So the 18 months is the 6 months of the will, like you were saying, Janelle, and the 12 months of the clinical practice in that actual lab. And you guys are not going to be writing the board exam, right? Does the clinical practice include like tests, and is there something that needs to be done in terms of, like, we know we've done the work in the degree, so what testing mechanism or assessment will there be? Is it just the will and the degree and the part of the clinical practice? Does that include you guys having tests that you have to write, or are you just working?
So there are, to my understanding, there are tests and like the syllabus, if I could say, that we need to complete while we are training. So it's a combination of study and practice. And then we do write the board exam after the clinical practice. So everything that you do in your 4th year, other than the training in the laboratory, so the academic work is, I think, more of a preparation for the board exam and getting your mindset ready for the board exam. And making sure that you are going over your academic work too, and not just doing the practical the whole time.
So you guys still have to write the board exam?
And
yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
It's just not called a board exam this year. Is what they say.
What will it be called now?
I'm not sure if they have a name for it yet, but because it sounds like it's going to be in-house. It's not national. It's like so me and Renal is not going to write the same one, like CPUT is going to have its own, and I think, but I'm not sure. So Miss Wendy, please don't be mad at me if this is wrong.
Okay, well, we'll have to confirm that. So there's more comments on here. So Layli says here, answering Arisha's question, yes, the will is part of the BHSC, the MLS, followed by, well, this time not internship, but clinical practice. I think we learn very fast. Wendy says here, 18 months training is 90% in workplace and 10% in the university. So that's good to know. And Rose says here, in your lab, working towards accreditation, being on the team, becoming examiners and moderators, also the fun part of being part of the social team, like the party organizing and all of that. So you get to learn other skills while you are part of this, right? So you do want to expand on that and not just focus on working on the bench. I'm going to repeat Arisha's comment. I think we all just jumped into answering your question. Thank you so much, Arisha, for that question. So Carol says here that each UOT sets their own exam. Okay. So she says no longer a board exam. Let me just go back. I think I skipped some. Oh wow, there's so many comments. I'm skipping some of them. So Carol did say not internship, clinical practice. So we did get that. The internship is not handled by the SMLTSA. And let me just get this one here. Anela says here, very interesting chat. So Carol Smith says they write a final exam. So it's a final exam, which is like a mini board exam-ish. What's the terminology, Carol? I mean, Carol is always one, and I think we said we're gonna prepare a glossary of all the correct terminologies. So Carol, if we can get that, please, and put it on the new website. So Wendy says here, clinical practice includes assessment throughout the year, practical assessment, as well as a final year exam. Oh, you guys have your work cut out for you, but this is going to be an interesting one. So Carol says it's no longer a board exam, and it is not a national board exam. It is the final exam for the clinical practice administered by the university. All right, so that's amazing. So Sipokazi says it is the final exam. So that's the word, the terminology we're going to use. So it's not the board exam. It is the final exam.
Final exam.
Oh my goodness, we definitely are being schooled today. So this is such an amazing topic.
And learning. Can I just come in here?
Yeah, sure.
Sorry, I just want to say the assessments are not so bad. For example, I had to rotate for a week at the blood bank, the Western Cape Blood Service, where you have the theory because we've been doing immunohematology, but now because the blood bank they work differently, so we have to, for that week, we have to learn how they like their things to be done. It's not normal at the university. It's more how they do their things, because we had to, it was, for me, it was a struggle, but I passed that week. Yes. So we have assessments for every rotation we have. We have to go through this for this year. I don't know about next year.
So my question for you ladies is, what can we do to assist you guys on this journey? I mean, we are trying to put out platforms for you guys to know what the options are, learn from our past mistakes, learn from our best practices. What else do you think we can do for you to make your life easier in this industry, for you to be able to get to that next level that you want to get to? I'm going to start with you, Lakin.
Okay, ma'am, for me,
how can we help you?
What you are doing this year.
How can we help you?
What you are doing this year was amazing, because now we have 5 videos we can go to YouTube, watch over and over again, and we have more people we can get in touch with now. So, like, for me, it feels, that's why I want everybody to be involved with SMLTSA, because you can meet your mentors at any SMLT event, because you just go up to them, ask them how they're doing and what discipline they are in, and boom, networking, you see. So now, due to COVID, we couldn't do that anymore. So now it's online. So this platform you created is amazing. I'm loving every minute of it. I watched all 4. This is the 5th one. So I'm not sure what else, what more. I'm not sure. I have to think about it. But yeah, this was amazing. Thank you so much.
You are more than welcome. Thank you so much. Janelle, what can we do for you guys?
I have to echo what the other student rep was saying, in that, like, this platform is already such a help to us, because we didn't have something like this before. I don't think there really was a need, because life kind of went online this year, and having basically information at your fingertips now is just so helpful to us as students. And like, I also watched all the talks before, and just sitting there and listening to answers to questions that I didn't even know I had, I was like, wow, I'm learning so much. So, and not just about us passing our like our final examination. And it's basically what we can do from when we qualify onwards. What are the opportunities out there for us and how do we access those? So becoming familiar with other medtechs online helps you to have this sense of familiarity with them. So it makes it easier for us to ask questions. And this platform has helped so much. So, I mean, if I can think of something, I'll send you a message or something. I don't think at this point that I can think of anything more you can do to help us. So thank you for the platform.
Thank you so much. So Wendy says here, a suggestion: create an online platform or online platforms where students can share questions, answer them, and form discussion groups. It will be great if all UOTs can have access, good networking too. And Carol says, a good idea. So, Jeanette, what is your take? How can we help them?
Yes, thank you for the opportunity again. So, one of my strengths lie in the whole networking thing and the new website and so on. And we have actually discussed recently that we want to add somewhere on the website and or social media exactly that, a platform where students can register and have access to all sorts of information. We're definitely going to load a lot more short videos, webinars, information on the website where the students can actually talk to each other and have discussions there. So that's definitely on the cards. Just to maybe answer the question right in the beginning around the registration. Because we're still in the process of developing the website, unfortunately for 2021, the registration will still be manual or semi-manual maybe. But in the end, we want the website to be similar to the HPCSA website where anyone can create an account. And once you've got an account, you can sign in and there will be kind of member-only access. There will be public access, and there will be so the registration is going to be done online and payments are going to be accepted online. So I'm very excited about that we're actually moving with the times with the website, and there will be a link then obviously like it is currently to the journal. And, so yeah, just getting the community together really with in our profession. I think we're definitely strengthening our pillars in terms of supporting the students. Yes.
Absolutely. We really appreciate that. And, but I have a quick question. Lakin and Janelle, do you guys, how else are you guys writing articles? Are you guys thinking of maybe starting your own YouTube channels? I mean, it doesn't have to be from an expert perspective, but you sharing your journey as a student for the rest of us to see what you guys are experiencing on a day, like a vlog or something. I mean, I would be interested to see how you guys experience the university life. We never really knew that there was such, and if it was available back in the day, or if I knew about it, I'm sure I would have been vlogging my lungs out, just sharing the day-to-day experience of what it's like being a student and getting in as a new scientist and all of that, what the experience is, what your advice would be for the new ones coming up and all of that. So is that something that you guys are looking into doing? Because, I mean, that's definitely something to consider. Janelle, would you want to just go first and let us know how you guys are creatively moving forward in this industry?
I think social media is definitely something that we need to start improving on in terms of us sharing our experiences with people. It's something that we do on our personal profiles all the time. I mean, I know I'm always posting things about university and my experience of it and that sort of thing, but then actually taking what I'm living and bringing it towards like a bigger picture and having it available to more people, and specifically people in the profession will be or looking to studying to be in the profession would be very beneficial. So I think that's definitely something to consider, is like for us, maybe as the Port Elizabeth branch, to start an Instagram page or something like that, just to get more exposure out there for the profession and for students to learn.
Oh, TikTok. I love TikTok. I'm like a huge TikTok fan. So you guys can do like I'm on TikTok myself, so I haven't posted in a while, but I think I'm gonna go back because it's a nice way to educate other people about our profession, and you can sing or dance, and I used it as an exercise regime and a way of sharing what it is that we do as medical technologists, and I loved it. TikTok is fun. Lakin, what's your take on this?
I'm not yet a fan of TikTok. I don't know why, but I'm getting there. But my Instagram, every second picture I have on Instagram is all about biomed. So if you're not excited after you've seen my Instagram page, then I don't know what else I can do. But having a mentor like you, Miss Leah, having a book, I think I read you had a book out already about biomedical. I'm like, okay, wow, this is my new mentor. But anyway, so, and this YouTube channel and your Facebook group, you see, so I would also love to do that, but I don't know if you know, but biomed is not as easy as they say it is, ne? It's very difficult. So my focus was on passing and passing good this year, especially. So, but maybe next year when I'm just only micro and I'm loving every minute of it, then maybe I'll be more excited about doing all these things for the first years and everybody else.
I think we need like a micro blog or something, even if it's in written form, even if it's a blog or something, because we do want to know what's happening in there. I mean, micro is not my specialty, but I would want to know what is happening in there. And I'm pretty sure there will be a lot of other people who are interested in that, and I think we can share a lot of light on that. Absolutely. All right, let's just wrap this up. I think we've gone like way over our time. But some final remarks. Let's start with Laken.
Final remarks. Okay. So I don't know where I see myself in 10 years, but it's definitely gonna be micro. I was thinking about being lab manager, but lab manager, it's a lot of work. It's not as fun as I thought it was gonna be, because I thought I was gonna rule my own lab and it's gonna be my lab. No, it's not like that at all. So now I don't know anymore. And then I would just I would also like just to tell everybody who's not a member yet, who's a student, please join us, because the bigger we are, the more we can do, and everybody has their own special thing they can bring to the table. Maybe you can sing, and then you can sing at every SMLT event or congress or whatever, because I know a friend he can sing. He sings opera, and I would love him to sing. Imagine a medical lab scientist singing opera for us before we start. It's gonna be amazing.
We have a lot of talented medical technologists. My friend is also a DJ, so I'm like, okay, we can definitely include that. So Carol says SMLTSA did offer mentorship to students who were members but was rejected. I think this is like a topic on its own, because mentorship and coaching is something that you don't really learn at school. But we're getting into an age where self-education is very important, and knowing the need and the importance of having a mentor and a coach is so important for you guys, because in what these coaches and mentors have learned over these years, you don't have to go through the same struggle, that can all be squeezed into 20 years of knowledge can be squeezed into like 1 year or 2 years for you, because this person has already done it and you don't have to struggle on your own. So I don't know how to stress more this whole mentorship and coaching thing, because I think it hasn't clicked into so many minds as yet. But if you find that mentor and that coach, pick one for yourself, whether it's a free one or a paid coaching. Just find a coach and a mentor. Coaches and mentors can be one person, but they can also be two different people. So I think I'll probably have to make a whole video again just to talk a little bit more about mentorship and coaching, because I feel it's one thing that can change your life in terms of how far you go in any industry. If you have a coach and a mentor, you guys will just, that's a topic for another day, but I'm really hoping that we can get that message through. Rose says they're well done, everybody. Thank you so much, Rose. And Layli says they're definitely good vibes. We definitely enjoyed today's show. It's nice to have young blood. Thank you so much, Lakin and Janelle, for sharing your experience. We just want to hear, Janelle, what's your final word? Where do you see yourself in the next 5-10 years?
So in terms of where I see myself in the next 5 to 10 years, I think first of all, I want to gain a lot of experience in life itself. And then what I would like to do is in some way create more awareness for the profession, because I think that's definitely something we can work towards. And that's why I'm so glad to be a part of the SMLTSA committee. And I mean, they've already taken great lengths to do that. Like the SMLTSA PE branch, they have made T-shirts that we can wear. I don't know if you can kind of see with the microscope.
That is amazing.
So like just simple things like wearing a T-shirt. But so what I'd like to do in the next 5 to 10 years is to kind of devise a plan on how we can create more awareness for the profession, for high school students and people looking at what they want to do one day. So whether that's me working towards the academic route or, that sort of thing. I'm very excited for the future. So thank you for having me on the show.
That is amazing. How do we get the T-shirts?
So you have to speak to Mrs. Carol Massane. She was on the show last week, if I'm not mistaken. And she basically is the one who got this rolling, if I'm not mistaken. So speak to her about possibly getting a T-shirt from the SMLTSA Port Elizabeth branch. So it's quite easy.
Amazing. Supercast says, yeah, well done, ladies. You got this. So you got this. Is that like a new thing, or is that like I'm welcome to being schooled. So you got this is what? Is that like a new, is that a thing now?
I don't know.
But thank you.
Supercast, thank you so much. Jeanette, okay, let's finish off with you. What is your advice for the young ones out there, and even those of us who are already in the industry? What advice do you have for us that we can make the most of this industry, and how else can we pivot and include our other skills and talents that are not so much lab-based?
Yes, thank you. Thank you again. I was listening to Lakin and Janelle. Thanks for your participation and sharing your experiences. And I really like the idea, the idea that you want to create awareness as you go. We need the young blood to do that, to create that awareness and to take the profession forward. There's just so many diversity within this profession. There's so many places to go, so many different fields that you can qualify in, that you can get yourself distincted above other people. And so that's the first thing I want to say is, again, go find your own poles and your own stars. And thank you for those of you that are there and that actually do that. The other thing I want to say is that this thing of mentorship, Leah, as you say, it doesn't have to be a formal structure. You can find your own mentor throughout life, whether it is in your workplace, whether it is in your personal life. We need mentors throughout our lives, and I found it quite valuable to go, to kind of latch on, for the lack of a better word, to someone within my circle of life and learn from that person as a mentor. And yeah, again, it doesn't have to be a professional, a structured program, but we all need those mentors and and coaching activities in our lives to go forward. So yeah, go out there and be the profession for us, if I want to say that the youngsters is what we need. Thank you very much again, Leah, for creating this platform for the profession as such. It's really been a great journey, and it's not the end of the journey. So I'm just thinking as we are talking, and please forgive me for saying this, I'm the only member of EXCO of SMLTSA on the group here, but maybe we should look at a T-shirt option for medical technologists. If you join the SMLTSA group, the family, then maybe we should look at a T-shirt option for everyone. That's part of this big family. Thank you very much.
Absolutely amazing. And Yolene says, yeah, good job, Lakin and Janelle, for your enthusiasm. Thank you, Jeanette, for sharing our SMLTSA vision. And thank you, Leah, for the opportunity. Absolutely amazing. And I just want to add on and say that, you know, being in sales, competition is good. Competition is good. And we cannot have one or two people or three people or one group sharing the information. You know, let's go out there. Somebody can go do micro. We can have 5 people having YouTube channels on Campath. Like, it doesn't have to be one thing. And don't think that because someone else is already selling T-shirts, you can sell T-shirts too, with your own design, with your own geeky type of, you know, you can have a T-shirt with a whole, I don't know what, be creative, but don't say that because Lakin is already selling T-shirts that Janelle cannot. That's why we have competition. We need that. We need to have as many different people. You know, not everybody's gonna like one thing. Some of them are gonna like mugs. Some of them are gonna want books. Some of them are gonna, you know. So there's a lot of different things that we can do, and all of us just expressing our own creativity in our own way. So just because someone else is doing it doesn't mean you mustn't do it as well. Do it in your own way. It's your own flavor. It's your own vibe. Some people wouldn't want to listen to me because I'm loud and vibey. They might want someone who's a bit more calm, who's more relaxed, you know. So we want to serve everybody. So if you are that kind of person, then please do serve them. Don't say because one person is already doing it that you can't. We all need to model each other, and we are all different. So we all have individual selling factors. So go out there, do it. Don't think somebody else is already doing it. So I'm excited for this. So thank you so much, guys, for joining us. And I'm gonna end this live for today. Until next time.